Gamer Headlines Show, Gamer Headlines' weekly entertainment podcast. This is episode 38, and I am one of your co-hosts, Chris Cortez. And as always, I'm joined by my other co-host, Adnan Riaz.
Didn't realize you co-hosted a podcast, Chris.
Oh, gosh. Dude, that was...
That joke's never going to get old.
Yeah, I know. That was a reference, and if you guys follow my YouTube channel, youtube.com/crhappen, I made this joke of, like, some people forget that I have a podcast, because oftentimes people are like, hey, man, ask Adnan if we could do this. I'm like, well, why do I have to ask Adnan? And they're like, I don't know. I'm like, dude, I'm part of the show. Like, I think it's funny. So
it will rival down to the day when you become Zero and I become Big Boss. We play more against each other.
Yeah, I tell people, dude, he's Big Boss, I'm Kaz. Like, together we form MSF or Diamond Dogs or whatever. Like, you're a pig, right?
You got a hint of Zero in you as well.
No, fuck that. You're the one that's British. What are you talking about? Hey, I should be Big Boss. No, I'm kidding. I had the beard, damn it. All right, guys, welcome to a goofy intro of the Gamer Headline Show. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. So, Adnan, dude, talk nerdy to me, man. What's been happening since last podcast?
Since that podcast. Got a new phone.
Dude, nice. Yeah. What? By the way, you briefly mentioned that off cast. What kind of phone is it?
iPhone 6.
Dude, I seriously need to get a new phone. I still have the iPhone 4S.
I haven't actually used it that much, though. Like, I haven't used it yet because I need to sort out the stuff as well. Like, as soon as I load it up as well, it's got an update for like iOS 8.5 or something.
Yeah.
I've just got loads of stuff to do after this podcast, so I'm going to sort that out once this is done. But that's not my top news segment at all. I've got a very interesting one, which will probably take up quite a bit of this podcast. I watched Man of Steel again. Man of Steel. That's the movie. One of the few movies I saw drunk for the first time in a movie theater. That Superman film everyone wants to hate. Yeah, I basically watched it because I was reading an interview with Zack Snyder, and he says he's defending the ending for Man of Steel, and I was like, okay, I'll give this a shot again. You know what? And I watched it again, and I sort of appreciate it even more again for what it is, because unlike Chris, I'm kind of hit and miss with comic book movies, and I love them when they're more grounded. Mm-hmm. And I think that just when I was watching Man of Steel, I think one of the probably the biggest weaknesses it even does the Krypton stuff at the beginning. It is necessary, but it's also probably its biggest weakness as well. Mm-hmm. Just that entire like Krypton segment, because there's so many subplots that break off into main plots, and just like you have Javert trying to stop Zod, and the list goes on. I do love Russell Crowe though.
Oh, Crowe actually did not get enough credit than what he did. Like, he was really great there, man.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Javert against Zod. he will not forget his name. But yeah, it was good though when I was watching it. I kind of like got into it again. The pacing is quite nice as well. And you know what? I think like the bad part is I love watching Zack Snyder movies because he just has this great sense of direction. And style, like some of his films are really kind of like one of those ones where you look at it and you're like, not my kind of tea. But his kind of like take on Superman's so great. There's so many funny sequences. I think there's even like a charming part as well, when Superman breaks that satellite and throws it down to the sky, and that girl's just standing there. She's like, he is kind of hot. And it was like the icebreaker, and a really amazing moment just to inject a bit of humor into the film. Mm-hmm. It is really great to see that. But there are problems with it. I do agree with that. I do think there's a lot of problems. My thing is that I like it a lot. I just think that when people are saying, oh, half of Metropolis is destroyed and stuff like this, it's what the fuck is that about? That makes sense. That makes more sense than it does in any film. Like, the Avengers, when you watch the first film, and you just see, like, the town get, like, only a bit destroyed, where there's, like, aliens flying around everywhere, and there's a Hulk through the city. I'm like, how is this city not burnt to the ground yet? That's unbelievable. But like the fact that it is Superman fighting someone on the same level as him, and they're destroying the city. They're literally flying through buildings left, right, and centre. It makes so much sense. The town's destroyed.
I was gonna add to that. I actually had no problems with that. Like, when people were complaining about that, I'm like, dude, it's his first time being Superman. Like, he's still kind of like trying to understand. It's his origin story. Like, how many superheroes fucked up? Like, even Dexter on that show fucked up his first killing. Damn it! So like,
Yeah.
why the hell can't Superman like mess up a little bit? I had no problem with that. I also had no problem with him killing Zod because again, it was like something that will haunt him. To me, it's the origin of why he never kills. In future things, you know.
That was like one of my favorite moments when he killed Zod because that just threw me up. I think I touched on this before about Arkham Knight or something a few weeks ago. Like, you know, that was one of the really big kind of shock factors for me in a horror movie, in a superhero movie. I've never seen that before. I was like, what the fuck? Like, Superman's killed someone. And it just kind of like it just grounded him because I just don't like this fucking like, you know, aspirational like I'm up my own arse and I have like morals to stand for, as if they've already kind of like just spurted out of this character. Like, you have to build principle. As you said, it's a rookie Superman. You know, he doesn't know that. And the entire point is that Zod it's just how Zod speaks as well. You know, I think he has that great line where he's like, you know, I was born to protect the people of Krypton and have no other purpose now. And, you know, he's going to kill every fucker on Earth if he has a chance. And there's only one way Superman can stop him. He's just like, it's like almost the moment where Batman would kill Joker. That, you know, it has to happen.
That, like, I had no problems with that. What problems I had with the movie was I didn't like the overall darkness, not in tone of the movie, but I didn't like the darkness that the film was actually shot in. Like, in other words, the movie is very darkly tinted throughout the whole movie, and it has like that really gritty look.
It's a Snyder kind of like auteur style. And this is very much his trademark style.
Yeah, and I hate that for Superman, because Superman, if anything, should be bright and colorful. Because he's the, if you're going to do the comparison to Batman, he is the polar opposite of Batman. His suit is colorful, he wears no mask, he's, you know, hi, I'm Superman. You know, he's a lot more, like, upbeat in how he is. And I know it's an origin story, but, like, I think the color and you know, all that. In fact, there's actually a project online. It's a group of, you know, fans are doing a fan edit of the movie, and they're actually color correcting and raising the brightness of the entire movie so that everything looks more colorful than it actually is. And if you look it up online, it's really phenomenal. Like, they've done a really great job. Like, the suit and everything in there's like hidden, like, really cool things. But
I don't know. I like that suit.
That's my problem.
I like the dark suit.
Yeah, I love the suit. Actually, no, with the color correction, it looks brighter. It's really fucking cool.
I mean, I can kind of get past that because I do know Zack Snyder just like that kind of. He's very much Nolan-like with the direction of like shooting things a little bit darker and kind of grounding them a lot more. I also love Lawrence Fishburne, my homeboy, in that film. He's great. You needed more time on that film, but I mean, like, it's just there's so many great moments. I think that with Batman vs Superman coming out, it grounds that, you know, idea where people praise him as a god, people fear him. That. I just think that was one thing that he never really built on in Man of Steel. Like, you know, the US still kind of fear him, but they didn't really, you know, dig into it a little bit more. The film had already gone, like, you know, loads of, like, runtime and everything else, but it wasn't that kind of perception of what more people thought of Superman afterwards, in the aftermath.
Right.
Like, you know, he is this. What is he? Can you actually trust him? That's the best part. This is what I love about Snyder's take, is that he is an alien. Like, now people don't know, is he a god? Is he the savior? Is he the devil? What is he? And I love that kind of fact that can be a huge theme running through the course of Batman v Superman. And obviously, that's going to be one of the biggest strong points of that film, from what I can tell. Especially with, like, you know, Ben Affleck being the human superhero.
Yeah, I definitely agree big time with that. I think that was Man of Steel was definitely the first Superman movie that got what's it called? The concept of him being an alien so damn right. Like, he really does feel like an alien. Oh, you know, dude, I'd have to watch it again, because I've seen the movie, I think, like 2.5 times, and I still just don't like it. So maybe giving it, like, a full third view sober, I'll be able to, like, appreciate it. But I am looking forward to Batman versus Superman. I am, despite my... You know, what I disliked. I'm really looking forward to them expanding the world and his interactions with Batman and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. I think that there are problems. There's loads of huge plot points I've not touched on, which are ludicrous and stuff. But I think that overall it is pretty decent. I do like Amy Adams a lot as well as Lois Lane.
Yeah, that was a great choice. Great casting choice.
Yeah, it's great casting. They really did kind of sell that. But who knows? See what happens now.
Yeah, actually, for on that side note, by the way, everyone cast in that movie was, like, on point. I really thought they did good casting for it. Henry Cavill is fucking awesome. He's a really
so tanked.
dude, fucking shred. People were worried. I remember before they're like, I don't know, that guy doesn't look that big. And then the first screenshots of him in the suit, they're like, okay, he's fine. Because he's like jacked as shit. It's amazing.
It's like that part where he comes running out the river and he grabs those clothes of the line. And it's like he's got ripped. I'm like, holy fuck! I'm like, what the fuck?
He's seriously chiseled from like rock. I mean, he looks phenomenal in the role. Like he really
chiseled.
Yeah, he got like super like in shape for that. So and everyone else like Lawrence Fishburne as Perry White was great. Everyone was great, man. It's great casting. I can't wait to see what them use those characters more in the future.
Oh, definitely.
But well, for me, since last week, not a whole lot, man. I was actually going to hold off and talk about this later, what I'm about to talk about, until I was completely done with the book. But I figured, fuck it. Like, I'm sure there's going to be other stuff for us to talk about in the future that I'm going to be diving into. But I picked up the Kindle version of a new Star Wars novel called Star Wars Dark Disciple. And it's a really cool novel, dude. Like, I think the last one I spoke about was the Darth Vader one, and I had some issues with it. Like, I thought they didn't focus entirely on Darth Vader, which I think is a bad idea. This is a novel. I really like it so far. I'm not done. I'm about a little over a fourth done, or maybe like a third done. I'd say a third done. And it's a novel that's actually based off of the Star Wars TV show that was aired before Disney bought Star Wars. That was called Star Wars: The Clone Wars. They never finished producing the show. In other words, while they were making season 6, Disney said, "All right, we're canceling you," and they took it off and fucking shelved it. So there's all these unused material, like all these scripts that were approved by George Lucas and are considered canon in the Star Wars universe after they've reset everything. And so this novel is an adaptation of 8 of those scripts that were not produced and were rewritten into a novel format. And it's really funny because you could totally read them and like you could just see how it would be an episode. Like it reads like a Clone Wars episode, like each like chapter and stuff like that. And I say that in a complimentary way because this is so like part of that legacy of the Clone Wars. Of keeping the show going. But it's really cool. It's about this character named Asajj Ventress. She was this Sith acolyte. That's the canonical term for her. She was a Sith acolyte that was trained by Count Dooku in between episodes 2 and 3 during the Clone Wars. And basically at one point, the Emperor, Darth Sidious is like, I know that you're trying to use her to kill me, so fuck you, you have to get rid of her. And then Dooku was like, okay. And then, he gets rid of her, and eventually she becomes a bounty hunter. So this novel picks up after she's been a bounty hunter for quite some time. And the main story is that the Jedi Council, for some reason, have decreed that if they kill... No, really, you'll see why. For some reason have decreed that the way to end the Clone War is to kill Count Dooku. If you kill Count Dooku, the Clone Wars will end. Or at least be like, fucked up and shit like that. So they hire they get this maverick Jedi named Quinlan Vos, and they send him to gain Asajj Ventress' trust to kill Count Dooku. And that's what the novel is. So it's a little bit of a silly premise, but once you get past that, it's really well written. I'm only a third of the way through, but it's really fun. It definitely adds to the canon, like the other novels have. And honestly, man, I haven't had this much fun reading a Star Wars book since the first one that they released back in 2014. I think it was called A New Dawn. That I might have spoken about it on the podcast. I haven't had this much fun since then. It's a really, really fucking good book. So if you're a Star Wars fan, I would definitely recommend picking it up. And if you're a Clone Wars fan, if you like the show and it's over, oh my god, buy this book. It's like $10 if you get it digitally. It's like super cheap. Definitely advise it. It's a really good novel so far.
Yeah, how does this compare with the other ones that you've read?
I need to finish it to have like a full, opinion. But at the moment, I think it's like I said, the best one since the first one, A New Dawn. I think this is the 5th one released so far of the new, post canon moving forward. This is the 5th novel, and I mean, we talked about the Luke book that I thought sucked. How it was so out of character. Luke spoke so like he was a fucking scientist. It was so not in his character's mindset. That one is like the worst one by far. This one's up there. This is one. I think it's better than the Vader book. It's definitely up there with the book on Grand Moff Tarkin that was released in November of last year, and the New Dawn one that I think came out in September. It's one of like the better books, I would say. Which is funny because supposedly the author, her or his name, I'm not sure, is Christy Golden. A lot of people don't like that novelist. Like they think that
How come?
yeah, they think that he just sucks or whatever.
Ah.
So, but like, you know, this is by far. I mean, I love the work so far. I think it's a really good thing. So maybe it's just because the you know, Golden's adapting the scripts or whatever. But I could keep going, so I'll cut myself off. But it's a good thing I didn't read the whole book because. Yeah, it's good. I would definitely recommend it to people who are Star Wars fans.
That's pretty good news then.
Yeah.